Hello guys, this is fourth class in the modern history series that we are currently doing. इस सीरीज के अंदर हम लोग कंप्लीट करेंगे पूरी की पूरी मॉडर्न हिस्ट्री को फ्रॉम द पर्सपेक्टिव ऑफ यूपीएससी एंड ऑल्सो वी विल बी कवरिंग द प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चंस ऑफ प्रीलिम्स एज वेल एज मेंस. सो अब तक हमने तीन जो क्लासेस की हैं इनके अंदर हमने बेसिक्स कवर कर लिया है कि कैसे जो फॉरेन कंपनीज थी या फॉरेन किंगडम्स थे वो लोगों ने अपनी अपनी कंपनीज बना के यहाँ पे ट्रेड के लिए भेजी और कैसे ये ट्रेड से जो ट्रेडिंग कंपनीज थी कैसे इन्होंने पॉलिटिकल कंट्रोल एस्टेब्लिश किया, कैसे वहाँ के जो किंग्स थे किंगडम्स थे और ग्लोरियस रिवॉल्यूशन के बाद भी से द गवर्नमेंट सो दे सपोर्टेड इट. एंड अब हम आ गए थे कि जो ब्रिटिशर्स थे उन्होंने अपने चार्टर एक्ट पास किए थे. पॉलिटिकल हिस्ट्री हमने पढ़ ली थी and then we came up to British land revenue policy. So today we will be covering British land revenue policy, and actually my throat is not well, so it's okay. So now we will start from British land revenue policies. अब लैंड रेवेन्यू पॉलिसीज क्यों? बिकॉज उस टाइम के ऊपर जो रेवेन्यू था गवर्नमेंट का वो लैंड से ज्यादा आता था. सो अब हमने पढ़ा था, अब इसमें तीन जो नेम हमको सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट थे वो थी वॉरेन हेस्टिंग. ये क्या था? गवर्नर बंगाल से जीजीबी बना था. एंड देन वन नेम वॉज विलियम बेंटिक जो कि गवर्नर जनरल ऑफ बंगाल से गवर्नर जनरल ऑफ इंडिया बना था अब तक. अब जो वॉरेन हेस्टिंग था ये 1773 के अंदर जब लैंड रेवेन्यू पॉलिसीज जब स्टार्ट हुई तो he did not evolve any scientific and rational system for revenue collection, rather adopted an ad hoc for the collection of revenue. So the terms that are important is that did not evolve any scientific and rational system. So scientific and rational, these are the two terms. System of revenue collection and adopted. So he did not evolve, he adopted an ad hoc. Ad hoc means temporary system for revenue collection. And now his system was called as Izara or revenue farming. And now what he did is that let us suppose this is the land. So he said, he asked a person, he asked all the people to come for the auction, and who will give highest bid, this should be the revenue collection from this land. He gave the responsibility to that highest bidder. So land was auctioned to highest bidder. And then अब ऐसा तो था नहीं कि he said कि it is permanent. Then after 5 years he said again an auction will take place. Later on it changed annually. So then in his period, so his period was 1772 to 85. So 73 he became Governor General of Bengal. In these 12 years he followed Ijara system. देखो, now in 73, after 65 they had the Diwani rights. And Diwani rights का मतलब they will collect revenue, so they will develop some system. इससे पहले तो जो चल रहा था वही था जो मुगल्स के टाइम पे आ रहा था, जमींदार दे रहे थे वो थे. नाउ 73 से, मतलब जब इसका पीरियड आया तो ही डेवलप इजारा सिस्टम कि नो, वी विल नॉट टेक दिस as given by the zamindars. We will take based on the auction. ठीक है. But this, so now what the historians found that since this was not giving desired results, yield, produce, these are the terms not giving, like it is vocab. So then comes Cornwallis, 1786 to 93. So then he developed new system called as permanent settlement. Now this is important. So this is important term, that this is permanent settlement. So it was developed by Cornwallis in 1793. It was introduced in Bengal, Bihar and Odisha, and Banaras division of UP. Now, if this was the British India, then 19% was under permanent settlement. Around 51% was in Raiyat. So we will come to Raiyatwari and all Mahalwari later, but now let us understand. And the area that it was covering was this. So this was under permanent settlement, British India land. नाउ अब होता क्या था कि जैसे मान लो कि ये आपने देखा कि ऐसा सिस्टम था, देन हिस्टोरियंस यूज टू फाइंड कि व्हाट वर द रीजंस. तो अब पता तो था नहीं, देन द पॉसिबल रीजंस, दीज वर द पॉसिबल रीजंस. सो अब मान लो कि ये हिस्टोरियंस थे, अब इनके अंदर से कुछ जो लोग थे रिसर्च कर रहे थे, कुछ कहेंगे कुछ कहेंगे, तो एक ग्रुप सेड कि कॉर्नवालिस did a mistake in identifying zamindar as owner of land. Earlier, Indian continent has communal ownership, and Cornwallis changed the ownership from communal to private. Then another group said he did it intentionally. To create private ownership. Then another said he wanted to create a new social class of zamindars who would be loyal to company. So these were regarding why he did. Then what were the benefits? So then why he did? So first thing is this. Then the second point is this: easy for company to collect from few zamindars rather than millions of peasants. They also then one said कि नहीं नहीं वो तो अच्छे के लिए ही सोच रहे थे कि it the company expected permanent settlement lead to surplus agriculture production, as if surplus production take place, company didn't demand a sale. So these are the 5 points. So we will be compiling this into short form also, but later. Now coming to what were the characteristics features. So now permanent settlement was introduced with the zamindars considering them as owners of those land in which they had previously been revenue collectors. So characteristic features, what characteristic features it had? Earlier zamindars जो रेवेन्यू कलेक्टर थे, now they becomes owners, and since it was introduced with zamindars, it is called as zamindari system, zamindari settlement. Second, ownership right were hereditary. Hereditary means they can sell, transfer, or mortgage. STM. Then sunset clause or sunset law. If by the evening एक predetermined date थी, if by the evening they were not able to pay the dues, then lose their ownership right. Fourth, company can't claim any amount above what had already fixed. Fifth, zamindars had to pay 10/11 of rental to company and keep 1/11 with themselves. ठीक है. So these were the characteristic features. So then रैयतवारी. रैयतवारी settlement. So it is a Persian word. Rayyat means peasants. Now some basic. Thomas Munro introduced it, and another person was Alexander Reed. When? In 1820. This was in 1793. This was in 1820. Where? In this region. This region. Madras, Bombay, and later to some part. This was also there. Sindh. Later to some parts of the Sindh and Berar and parts of Assam. So now the remaining. So 19, then 51. This 51% was in Rayatwari settlement. So three things: Thomas Munro, Alexander Reed, 1820, areas Bombay, Madras, Sindh, Berar, and parts of Assam. 51% of the British Indian land was under Rayatwari settlement. Features: first, this settlement was directly with Rayats, therefore called as Rayatwari settlement. Second, earlier, like in this, ownership was hereditary. So second thing was ownership. So ownership, Rayats were considered as owners of the land and they were issued patta. So Rayat, owner, and how this patta is a document confirming ownership right. Then here third was sunset law. There it was fixed. Now here the revenue was not fixed forever. Not fixed forever revenue, and revised after 20-30 years. ठीक है. And company retained the right to increase the revenue during revision. Rayat also had to pay revenue even his produce was partially or fully destroyed by drought. or floods. So now this was the thing first with Reyes, who was the owner. Then it was not fixed, and then about the payment. So fourth thing was that the rate of revenue was excessively high, and in certain areas it went up to 50% of standard production. Then comes Mahalwari. 1822, introduced in 1822 by Holt Mackenzie and R.M. Bird. कहाँ पे? इन वेस्टर्न यूपी and later to Punjab and central India. Under the settlements, villages were grouped together and therefore called महल. And एक इंडिविजुअल होता था, was given responsibility for the collection and payment. So it is similar to zamindari, except revenue was not fixed forever, therefore called as temporary zamindari settlement, and remaining 30% of British Indian land was under Malwari. ठीक है, तो अब हम कंपाइल कर देते हैं. सो अभी हमने क्या क्या चीजें पढ़ी. अभी हमने पढ़ी कि जो ब्रिटिश लैंड रेवेन्यू पॉलिसी BLRP, सबसे पहले आया कौन? वॉरेन हेस्टिंग. इजारा सिस्टम यूज किया. और रेवेन्यू फार्मिंग. फिर आया कॉर्नवालिस. परमानेंट सेटलमेंट 1793 में लगाया गया. कहाँ पे? ये 19% के अंदर था. कहाँ कहाँ पे? बंगाल, बिहार, उड़ीसा, बनारस डिवीजन ऑफ यूपी. ठीक है. फिर रीजन्स. इसमें क्या किया जाता था? ऑक्शन टू हाईएस्ट बिडर, 5 years, 1 year. रीजन, मिस्टेक, इंटेंशनल, क्लास, इजी, agricultural surplus. Then features. So these are the features. So now coming to then features we will discuss comparatively. फिर then comes रैयतवाड़ी 51%, where Bombay, Madras, Sindh, Berar, Assam directly with Rayyats. Who introduced it? Thomas Munro and Alexander Reed. TMAR. एलेक्जेंडर उससे याद रखो कि जो एलेक्जेंडर आया था और रीड और थॉमस थॉमस तो हेक्टर मुनरो की जगह, अब हेक्टर मुनरो तो उधर था, लड़ाई लड़ने में था, शाह आलम वाली लड़ाई के अंदर जो था, पलासी के अंदर, सॉरी बक्सर के अंदर। और यहाँ पे आ गया कौन, हेक्टर की जगह पे थॉमस मुनरो और एलेक्जेंडर लीड। ठीक है, फिर आ गया महलवाड़ी, टेम्परेरी जमींदारी सेटलमेंट 30%, वेस्टर्न यूपी, पंजाब, सेंट्रल इंडिया। महल एंड इंडिविजुअल। फीचर्स, इजारा, इजारा सिस्टम में ऑक्शन 5 years, 1 year, highest bidder did not yield. Then permanent settlement 5 features। सबसे पहले established with जमींदार, private ownership, earlier revenue collectors, now owners first, okay, then ownership hereditary, they can sell, they can mortgage and they can transfer. Then sunset law, then forever fixed, then 10/11 and 1/11। रैयत्स, ओनर्स, पट्टा, second patta owner, they can also sell. Then not fixed forever, 20 to 30 years they have to change। हेयर 10/11 और 1/11 जो था वो फिक्स पहले था। नाउ इफ नॉट फिक्स देन व्हाट वाज इट, वाज excessively high। Certain areas like Madras, 50% of standard production। And if it is first it was not fixed, so what it was then it is thick. Then after 23-30 then company reserved the right to increase revenue during revision। Then like here it was sunset law, here it was Rayyat had to pay even produce destroyed partially or fully by flood or drought। And now Mehalwari you remember. Then comes consequences of British land revenue policy. So first thing, it was exploitative and made life miserable. Then absentee landlordism. So explain this absentee landlordism. It happened in the areas of permanent settlement. After some years, Zamindar transferred. So I am writing important word, transferred revenue collection right to middlemen, and himself moved to cities. Why? For better and comfortable life. Then this middleman also used to transfer revenue collection right to some other middleman, and he will move to cities. Over the year, this tendency increased, and number of middlemen came in between peasants and actual zamindars. So this gap increased and number of middlemen increased. So these are the two things. Then Rayyatwari. Since it was exploitative and revenue was very high, and it is said that he or she had to pay the revenue even if their produce is destroyed by flood or drought. So if he failed to pay, then he has to mortgage his land. The patta, the ownership right, they used to mortgage, and this is a vicious cycle of debt trap, debt trap, and then never recover, and then forced to sell. So what was the consequence? Land rights transferred from cultivating community to non-cultivating community. Land as private property, freely sell, transfer mortgage in market. So now we will stop here and we will continue in the next class.